Ooh, it's disgusting.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Larry!
Can I help you?
Ew. Oh my god! Ew! Oh my god! Oh god! Oh my god!
Say hi.
Alrighty, is that Francois Graphics?
It's Francois Graphics, yes.
Okay, back here. Okay, so I just think I see what's going on here. So with your program here, when it went live, so you still pay in the arrears, like your July charge comes August 1st, but your program actually went live on the 30th of June. So you still had like a small charge for a prorated amount on July 1. So it's just for that one day in June that you're at ran technically.
So I was charged $15.83 for just one day of ads.
Correct.
Well, you know what I would like
Okay.
is if you take it off my account as a customer and listen to me, because I did not understand this when I was being signed up for it. So take it off of my account.
Okay.
Hey, what's going on, people? It's your boy, Lee Francois from Francois Graphics, the only affordable place in Boston where you can get your websites, graphics, photography, and videography done in one place. So, got an awesome show for you today. Just want to get started right away. Last week, I had a very long week. It was half of my vacation because I still have more to go in August next month. But last week I did a gig in New York City. Oh yeah, New York City. And this was an experience to remember. And I just kept saying to myself, like, man, I gotta let you guys know what happened. So here's what happened. In the planning stages going to New York City, bus tickets were paid for, place to stay was, arranged. What I was going to do down there is record some interviews as well as this event where a client of mine was going to be speaking. He was going to be presenting some information to entrepreneurs, and also they were going to be networking a little bit afterwards. And then lastly, they were going to be getting on a rooftop to scream. Yeah, so that was the plan. So we're on our way to New York City, very excited. We're on the bus and we're like, man, it's finally going down, and we're on the way. So I want to say about 2 hours into the ride, we get this message from Airbnb.
Dear stranger, when I booked this trip, my friend said I was crazy. Why would I stay in someone else's house? But this morning, a city I've never been to felt like one I already knew. Everyone in your neighborhood was so warm and friendly. And your home was perfect.
So we got this message from Airbnb saying that the gentleman we were supposed to be staying with is canceled. He canceled our reservation. He was saying that the date he put that the guest room was available wasn't accurate. So we're on our way to New York City 2 hours into the ride, and we're probably going to be there in about another couple hours, and this guy cancels on us. So, my cousin and I, you know, we're freaking out. He gets on the phone. He's, you know, calling people, just thinking about, you know, his network of people. And I'm also doing the same thing. You know, I'm getting on Facebook. I'm, you know, letting people know I'm going to New York. And if you happen to know anybody, holla at me. So he gets in contact with this woman that we just so happened to meet a few months ago at another speaking event that he was doing, and I just happened to be there and recorded that conversation. However, the conversation had nothing to do with us coming to New York. The conversation was about what she was doing there, what her business was, and she just basically presented it to us, and we exchanged contact information. That was it. That was how we met this woman. He called this woman out of the clear blue sky. Here we are, 2 hours away from getting to New York, and he calls this strange woman, and I'm pretty sure she's like, who is this strange guy calling me? It's about 7 p.m. at night. He's calling me saying, hey, I'm on my way to New York. I have an emergency, and I have no place to stay. I have this event and everything that I'm going to do, and I have no place to stay. I'm with a camera guy. We need a place to stay. So the urgency is there. And she hangs up with him. And I want to say another hour in. So we're about an hour away from arriving at the bus terminal at New York City. Another hour in, she sends us an email. And we're reading, you know, the conversation she had with person X. And person X is like, yeah, that's no problem. You know, just tell them to, you know, check in with the doorman, get the keys from him, and just give them the keys, and they're all set. So we're reading this email, and we're like, did this really just happen? Like, what?
Hot dog, no problem solved. Hot diggity dog.
Yeah. So this lady, she apparently got in touch with someone who had an apartment in New York City in a really, really prestigious place. And person just let us stay there. These people have no idea who we are. No idea. So we get to this place. Long story short, we get to this place. We get to New York. We're looking around. Everything looks crazy. Bright lights. You know, smelly sewer streets. Lots of people. Mind you, when we get there, it's like 10:30 at night, and everyone is up. There are kids on the street. Everyone. There's people everywhere. It's 10:30 at night. Stores are open. Everyone's out. It was insane. But anyway, we get there. We get some food, and then we have to figure out how we're going to get to this place, which wasn't far, by the way. And we get there. Boom. Sure enough. Just like the email said, we get there. There's a doorman. Fancy building. We get there, we're looking down, we're like, wow, we're supposed to be staying here. He gives us this look like, yeah, you guys look out of place. But he goes, he looks in the computer, looking for something. Then he comes back and he said, are you guys sure you're at the right address? Yeah, we're positive. And, you know, he finally finds the information that we're looking for. And, you know, we had to say a little bit more like, yeah, this is the person that lives here and blah, 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 blah. We showed him the email, you know, just so that he could believe us. He gives us the keys. So we head upstairs in the elevator and, you know, going up. We go all the way up to the 11th floor. We get up there and it was just beautiful. Yeah, and that's just the kind of scenery we had at that place. Excellent. excellent. We had a great time there. We really enjoyed ourselves, and you know, thank you so much to this woman as well as Person X for hosting us in this beautiful place as we were there to work and get our work done. That was an important lesson in networking. You never know who you're gonna meet, so always be courteous to people, always talk to people, because you never know. You never know when that person might come in handy, when that person might, you know, just randomly, unsuspectingly help you out in a bind. Oh yeah, and here's a clip from one of the interviews that we did while we were there. This lady just completely caught everybody off guard with her comments. Take a look.
So I had the idea that I would convince one of those companies to do something downtown. And at that time, let's call this 1997, those shared office spaces only existed down at Wall Street and Midtown. There was nothing in kind of the cool corridor between 42nd Street and Soho. So I thought I was going to convince that, well, hold on one second. Can you tell those girls to get down off there immediately? That's not stable. Oh my God, can we cut that out? That was freaking me out. Quinny, get down. Are you kidding? Oh my God, my Chinese contractor put that up. I'm just like, whoa, no. Don't ever do that again. Sorry.
So after I got back from New York, there was a camping trip that was planned for some family members, and it was that weekend. I came back on a Thursday, and the very next day was the camping trip. So we went. We had fun. We loved it. Got a lot of sun. Don't know if you noticed, but got a little darker. Anyway, I had an awesome time at this camping trip over in Carver, Mass. Milestanders Forest. Great camp, by the way. Could be a whole lot of different rules that change, but for the most part, it was good. We enjoyed ourselves. We had a nice big group, so we made it fun for us. Anyway, there was a moment in this camping trip where all of a sudden something inside me just came out.
What? Your hair? Your body? You've been transformed!
I didn't throw up. I wasn't sick or anything. No. What happened was we brought fishing poles and we went out to the pond that they had and we went fishing. You know, I was sitting there getting my rod ready and everybody else is fishing already. And then all of a sudden, boom, throw my rod in there. I'm reeling. And then boom, I catch a fish. The first throw. That was awesome. But I caught this fish. Fish is about the size of my hand from, you know, fin to head. And I save it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take this back. So later on, after we're done fishing, we all get back. All the kids are like, oh, are you going to cut it up? What are you going to do? You going to let it go? What are you going to do, Lee? What are you going to do? Calm down. So I took the fish and, you know, started getting this little area prepared on our picnic table. Everybody's gathered around. They're looking at me. They're like, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I did what my instincts told me to do. I killed the fish. Yeah, I killed the fish, but I didn't kill the fish for us to, you know, to eat or for us to be full off of it, to feed anyone. The fish wasn't a meal because, like I told you, it was the size of my hand and we have about 20 people with us. So I killed the fish, and this is where that thing I told you just came out. It turned into a learning lesson. I looked around at all the young faces as well as some of the adults, and I said, improvise. That's also the word of the day too. Improvise. We didn't have any cleaning utensils. We didn't have any fancy cookware, oil, you know, none of that stuff. All we had was the bare essentials. I had a pocket knife. We had some salt. We had some water. Styrofoam plates is what I use as my cutting board. That's it. So, took this fish, started cutting its head off, cut its fins. It's all moving around as it's dying, and the kids are like, oh my God! So I stop and I say, whoa, calm down. No need to freak out. The reason why is because whenever you go through something in life, sort of like this fish situation, you know, you're going through life and all of a sudden a small fish, small problem gets thrown at you. What are you going to do? You weren't prepared for that problem. You didn't have all the fancy bells and whistles to take care of this problem. You didn't have money saved up for this problem. But all of a sudden, a small problem gets caught on your hook. What are you going to do? You improvise. You use what you have. You use what you've learned along the way, along the journey of your life, and you improvise. Use what you got to take care of this problem. And that's what I did. Cut off its head, cut off its fins, its tail, you know, and proceeded to gut it. And all of a sudden I took the little bit of salt we had, mixed it with some water, boom, poured it in something, boiled it up a little bit, took the scales off, seasoned it up real nice, because somebody ran out and got some Lori's seasoning, which is awesome, by the way, and put it all together. And it was good. Everyone that was there, I had them taste. I had them each get a little bite because I wanted them to taste and I wanted them to know what improvisation. I wanted them to know what it tasted like. After they heard me speak, I wanted them to know what improvisation tasted like. It was salty, but it was edible. So that's the word of the day. Improvise. You use what you have in life to get you to where you need to go, get you to the next step. In my story, I use the analogy of the fish, but in your story, what will it be? Because your story is real life. So what will you use in real life to get to where you need to be? Because you're not always going to have all the tools. You're not always going to have all the knowledge. You're not always going to have all the friends or the people that have the connections. Sometimes you got nothing. All you got is you. You got God. You got maybe one or two friends. And that's all you got. What are you going to do? Improvise. I'm Lee Francois, signing out.